Hi guys, good Wednesday morning. The temperature in the pond is 15.7 and I got my morning brew. Got inspired to do a video today because of my new subscribers and of course also my old subscribers, and it's also very sunny outside. Also an update on Shelly. She stopped hiding recently. She used to hide in this little corner over here. Now she is hiding somewhere in the pond here. I'll show you guys another view. Hang on. See, there she is, and she's been doing that for several days. I think it's been more than 3 weeks now that she developed the dropsy, and what I'm planning to do, like, see, no one's really bothering or bullying her. She seems happy in that corner, but I don't see her swimming around and picking food off the rocks and off the liners. What I plan to do this spring is try to bring the temperature up using the solar heat during the daytime, and I'm trying to get it up to 20 degrees Celsius as fast as I can. So I've added a 200 watt heater on my airline, which I'll show you. Also, the other reason I wanted to take the temperature up real quickly is to see whether my Sankey, his name is Kobe, whether I can get rid of this carpox sooner than later, because last year it hung around much later into the summer, only to reappear again in the autumn. So I'll show you what Shelly's behavior is like during the daytime. I'm gonna go back into Sunday's video. Hang on. So this is a replay of Sunday's security clips. So this is at 4 o'clock. Everyone's still sleeping. 5 o'clock. 6 o'clock. Somebody's awake. 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock, you can see Shelly here now. That's where she's gonna hang out basically all day. 8 o'clock. That's at 9. What am I doing here? Looks like I'm feeding them. And that's when I do my pond maintenance. At 10, 11, 12, 1300 hours, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, she's still there. 19, it's dark. Looks like they've all went down to go to sleep. This is at 20 or 8 p.m. Nothing much going on. So yeah, that's what she's been doing all day, hanging out here. I don't see her swimming anywhere else and picking at algae or picking at the liner or trying to eat somewhere. You can tell she's not feeling well. And the way she looks, she's all bloated up. Kind of gross. But anyways, hopefully the heat of the summer will help her heal up, but we'll see. It's good to know that she's still alive. I think it's been more than 3 weeks now. So the temperature inside the house right now is 22.4 degrees, and where it says outdoor there, that's actually the cavern temp inside the pond over there, and it's 19.1. Thinking how sunny it is today, I think from the recent patterns that should go up to 21 or 22, and pond temperature should go up from 15.7 to maybe 16.1, 16.2 today. The temperature outside right now is 14 degrees. I think perhaps that is one of the warmest temperatures we've had so far. It's supposed to be warmer tomorrow. The weather network said it'd be 16, but in my thermometer that could mean like a temperature of 18 to 19 degrees tomorrow, but it'll be rainy, so it won't be it won't be sunny. So all my windows are off, and I'll just show you guys an update on the state of my moss. They're still brown, but I can see some greening over here, which is nice. And this grass has to be fixed this year. I'm gonna work on that better this year, since I think I'll have more time, not too many big projects that I know of. See here, green's coming out, and here too. And soon I'll be taking out, maybe perhaps today, I'm gonna take out these what I call bonsai fruit trees. I'm gonna put them out here because I don't think there'll be any more risk of frost. I put them in this area here because I think they're more protected from the wind and severe cold. So what I'm doing for Shelly too is heat up my water supply even more. Besides this heat from the vent here that heats up my water supply, I also added a 200-watt heater in here. I'll show you. That's the heater here. That's a 200-watt heater, and I'm running it 24/7 to heat up my pond water to hopefully 20 degrees shortly. So you guys have seen my spreadsheet for my pond before, and I've been keeping some sort of spreadsheet since 2014, and this is this year's edition. On the top, I keep track of whether I inspected the koi on a daily basis, the weather, the temperature outside and the temperature, the temperature outside, and whether how much it swings by. This is the temperature of the pond in the morning and in the evening, and how much it swings by. The number of times I have to vacuum, or I've had to vacuum. This is the cavern temp, and the time it was taken. This is what's here is the cavern temp, and this is the home temperature, and time it was taken. This is another thermometer, displays the home temperature. The maximum cavern temperature during the day, what I feed, sake, hikari multi, and shrimps. How much water I trickle in gallons. That's US gallons. How much additional water I put in. My nitrate level, nitrite hack. I did a video on this, and what it means. If I put a number, if you see a number on that, you can look at my previous video. KH, TDS of the pond versus the tap water, and total chlorine measured with my hanometer. Thoughts, comments, things I think about that's worth noting. These parameters I do on a weekly basis, sometimes twice weekly if there's any problems. And these parameters I do once a month. Same with the pH, because my pH has been really stable, especially with the KH of 5 drops. The time the pH was taken, this is new this year too, what time the sun shines into the pond in the morning and what time it leaves the pond. This is the temperature of the water I'm dripping, or I'm able to drip inside. These are health problems with any of my koi, usually skin problems. I jot down here if there's any health problems and if there's any major change I'm doing in the pond. And in the column here is the date. I break this down in 2 weeks intervals. So this is the first 2 weeks of January, second 2 weeks of January, first 2 weeks of February, second 2 weeks of February, and where we are now in March. And so I can tell you the temperature swings we've been having. Right there. So temperature swings for first 2 weeks of January has been 6. Second 2 weeks of January has been 9 and 8. First 2 weeks of February it's been 10. Second 2 weeks of February has been 9 and 10. And I can tell the first 2 weeks of March is gonna be more. Same with the temperature swings in the pond. It's been stable, really. 0.2 and 0.1, 0.2 and 0.2, 0.2 and 0.2, 0.1 and 0.2, and you can tell already the first 2 weeks of March would be higher. I'm getting swings of 0.6, 0.4, etc. What else can I tell you? Yes. Talk about nitrites. What I've done recently. So, sorry, I'm making you guys all dizzy here. So here, I've tested, first of all, talk about nitrates. For Shelly, I'm trying to get the nitrates to go down. Up here, when my water was pretty bad, it went up to 10 because I think I've been overfeeding. I think that's when Shelly got her dropsy. So nitrates were 10 with a chlorine hack of 130. And because of the lower feeding rate, I've gone it down to 3. And you can see my nitrate hack reading. It's come down from 130 to 68 to 24 to 12 to 10 to 0. At that level, first of all, it's not going to go down to negative numbers. And that's the same nitrate level as distilled water. And in fact, a nitrate hack level of 12 is the same as the nitrate level coming out of my tap water. And with the TDS here, first of all, TDS of the pond, they say will always be higher than the source water. For example, here my pond TDS 168 and my tap water TDS is 162. So the difference is 6. So this would they say they will always be higher because things like fish poop, organics get dissolved and turned into ions. So that would be will be always higher than the tap water. And as you can see the pattern here, I put this as the difference between the pond and the tap water, and the difference here is 10. And when it's back when my nitrates were high, the difference is 12. And you can see the difference is getting smaller, sort of like the pattern here. The difference is 6, the difference is 5. But get this, my latest reading, my pond TDS is actually lower than my tap water TDS, which is very mind-boggling, because in previous years I've always wondered how that happens. And one of my theory is that my source water could have higher salt, because during the winter around this time, all the snow is melting and it's going into the lakes. So as you know, the roads are salted during winter, and when they melt, that would bring a lot of salt into our lakes here. So that's what I thought that is happening. But now I'm thinking something different, that with the amount of water changes I do, and the very minimal of food that I bring in, that my nitrates could be lower. My nitrates in my pond water could be even lower than my tap water. That could explain why I have lower TDS in the pond than my tap water. So I'm gonna keep track of that, and in fact I'm gonna change my mind, and I'm gonna keep my feeding rates the same here at 8 grams of sake multi. So I'm going to scratch that and continue feeding 8 grams of sake multi, and to get a more accurate measure of how much food I'm actually bringing into the pond, I am, instead of counting the number of pieces of shrimps I throw in the pond, I am actually measuring in grams how much shrimp I'm feeding the pond, or the fish, which eventually gets into the pond as a water pollutant. And talk about nitrites. Scoot over here. The first time I did my nitrites on a Hannah was in February, and it read 2 parts per billion. I didn't think that was a problem, but I thought I'd test it again, I believe just last week, and it turned out at 3 parts per billion. So I went ahead to figure out whether that's, do I have a nitrite backup in my cycling, or is it in my tap water? So I measured my nitrite level in my tap water, and it turned out to be 7 parts per billion. So that's something I'm gonna keep a track on too. But meantime, the rest of the fish are doing well, except for Shelly. I'm gonna keep going to see the pattern, where this goes in the coming weeks. So anyways, again, thank you very much for watching, and if you like this kind of content, comment below. I'll see you later. Jeez, this YouTube thing is stressing me out. It's still getting hot in my room. Time to get some fresh air and another cup of coffee.